Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the AfterShock EpiCenter live stream. I'm your host and the communications specialist here at AfterShock Comics, RuthAnn Thompson. So we have been doing quite a lot of traveling here at AfterShock. We just came from Terrificon, which was so much fun. Thank you to everybody that visited, Mark Hammond and Joe Pruitt at our booth. And hello, Michael Regan, welcome. And Edward Huey, hello. So we have several more conventions on the way. This weekend we are headed to C2E2 in Chicago. So please come say hello, all those Chicagoans out there, as well as followed by Emerald City Comic Con a week after that. So we're going to be all over the place. And C-List E-Man, hello, Aftershock community. So we have quite a few conventions with even more exclusives coming up, but we obviously need to talk about this coming Wednesday for New Comic Book Day on August 3rd. I cannot believe we're already in August. So if you all missed it, we did a conversation with writer Brian Hawkins about this very new brand title coming out for tomorrow's New Comic Book Day, which is the Vineyard Issue 1. So open a bottle of wine or grapefruit juice and pour yourself a glass and sit back and watch the body count rise. Described by ComicCon.com's Ollie McNee as The Wicker Man meets Falcon Crest, the Vineyard is Hawkins' first Aftershock series. The story captures some of the best elements of horror, in my opinion, he said in an interview conducted when the book was announced in April. Horror is at its best when it's focused in one place or area dealing with a specific group of characters, and there's something very personal and emotional at the stake. The Vineyard has all of that, and it revolves around someone you usually don't see a lot in stories and comic books or movies, TVs, which is Dionysus, the god of wine. So this follows a family-owned winery that sows and reaps the blessings of the great god of wine and revelry, Dionysus. However, the Vines family patron god requires complete devotion in the form of 4 sacrificial killings a year before each harvest. This has been done unfettered and completely done with all obedience. But all of that changed when the family's father was in a horrible car accident that left him paralyzed and in a wheelchair. Now the sacrificial and murderous duties of the Vine family have fallen to the mother and matriarch of the family. With harvest season fast approaching and the family short of their annual sacrificial killings, her struggle with her conscience puts her family and husband, son, and daughter in jeopardy. So I hope you guys were able to join the conversation that we posted last week in preparation for this new title coming out. It's going to be a very fun and spooky ride. Very excited about that. And speaking of fun and spooky rides, very excited to have Baby Teeth Year 2 Cradle and Grave hardcover available. So for all those who followed this very fun series, this is actually my first series I ever picked up with Aftershock from writer Donnie Cates and artist Gary Brown. I like to call this Buffy meets Juno, where a 16-year-old girl gets pregnant with the Antichrist, or is he? We don't know. So this is now the second volume of this. So if you have any collectors out there that already collected the first volume, we've now wrapped up the entire series with issue 20. And the story of the Antichrist and the people who love him continues as we enter into the most terrifying chapter of our journey so far, the Terrible Twos. Plus, who is our mysterious new storyteller, and what secrets about the fate of Clark do they hold? Find out in this 224-page hardcover edition that collects the concluding chapters of the groundbreaking horror series, issues 11 through 20. So I highly suggest this for all of your horror needs. If you haven't already gotten the first hardcover, is a great time to get it right now and get both in one go. Hello, JD Smith. Comic Cons have been, it's true that all these Comic Cons have driven me into a bar. I'm at a different studio in Ohio here, so this is the best place to film, and why not? I get to like chill out after hours here. So speaking of the next time to chill out, this Thursday on August 4th at 5 p.m. Eastern, pour yourself a drink and join me while I chat with the Samurai Doggy writer and co-creator Chris Tex. So really excited about this new title that's coming our way. Samurai Doggy is going to be on shelves in just a few weeks. So this is a great way for you guys to check out and learn a little bit about Chris Tex and also this really fun title before it hits shelves. Also, fast approaching, and what you guys need to add to your pull list while you go to your local comic shop this week, we need to add Dogs of London issue 4. So this is going to be in shops at the end of the month, but it's going to be an order deadline coming up this Monday on August 8th. And if you haven't been following this fun story from Peter Milligan and artist Artisita, we're following a group of, well, actually really just two gangsters that back in the day were known as the Dogs. And after they did have to put away two of their fellow members and start their own lives hiding their careers as mobsters, now the past had come back to haunt them literally. They had come back to life, and now it's been many years since Frank was incarcerated in the hellhole that was juvenile detention, otherwise known as Borstal. Now he has to go back because it was there that the Dogs were made, and it was there that many terrible things happened to them, and it might be where the answers lie to this crazy phenomenon that's happened to them. And Bernie Sindel, brilliant so far, loving it. Absolutely, same. I've been digging this title, Dogs 11, so much. And Silas Eman says, I see an Aftershock Happy Hour filmed in this room in the future. You are correct, sir. That is absolutely what's going to be coming up on the way. So keep following us every Thursday. We have conversations as well as happy hours every Thursday now, so it's really fun. Also, to add to your pull list when you head to your local comic book shop tomorrow, is The Ocean Will Take Us issue 5. So this is the finale of this crazy spooky title from Rich Douek and artist Carlos Oliveras. Because as the launch of Triton Oceanic's wave power plant approaches, the gang find themselves in a race against time to expose the cult, figure out the company's involvement, defeat the bad guys, and maybe, just maybe, save the world, we could hope. So find out what happens in this action-packed finale of The Ocean Will Take Us. Also will be in shops at the end of August, but you need to order it before this coming Monday for the FOC on August 8th to make sure that you can get it on your pull list. Michael Regan, I agreed, is also a great read. And JD Smith, always read dangerously, but drink responsibly here at Aftershock. And if you missed it earlier today, we have a new announcement of a friendship that can go a long way, but just how long and in what direction forms the basis of our new title, The Last Ride of Pillar and Pride. And this comes from John Lees, who you might know from And Then Emily Was Gone, or Oxymoron, The Loveless Nightmare, The Standard, and illustrator Joe Mulvey, which you might know from Scam, Happy Hill, Wailing Blade, and so many more. So we announced this morning and scheduled to arrive in comic shops this November. This focuses on Ben Pillar and Eli Pride. When they were kids, they did something incredible. They saved a young girl's life and stopped a madman. They were heroes, but that was long ago. Now, with their career as young adult adventure novelists in decline and their friendship in similar dire straits, the pair embark on a road trip back to their old hometowns in hopes of mending their relationship. But a new evil has emerged in the town of Tarragon Falls. Can Pillar and Pride be heroes again? I don't know about you guys. This feels a very like It kind of vibes of like going back in time to see if they can be heroes again. We'll see, because this comes with colors from Doug Garbach and letters by Sean Lee, covers by Mulvey, and the first issue incentive by Alex Cormack. The Last Ride of Pillar and Pride proves that while you can go home again, you may not want to. So thank you all so much for joining. I see that John is mentioning, hello, Joe Pruitt signed my exclusive covers at Terrificon. That's wonderful. I'm so glad that you were able to visit us at Terrificon at the booth. We will be at C2E2 this very weekend. So if you need anything signed by Joe Pruitt or any of the other awesome creatives that we're going to have at the booth, make sure you follow us on social media to see that schedule and visit us as soon as possible. And as always, folks, thank you so much for joining and being part of the Aftershock family. Make sure to stay safe out there, wash your hands, wear your mask, keep your distance, and only read dangerously. We'll see you all next time.